Let me show you a skill called snapping, and you can turn snapping on or turn snapping off. Snapping is at any point, whether it's, watch, at these breaks or directly on top of the playhead. So when I come up, that line will snap directly to it. Titles will snap to it, transitions will snap to it, all this music will snap to it. So let's say I want it on. So right now, notice how it just jumps there. So let's say I'm going to zoom in right now, okay? So I'm going to take this and zoom in on that actual spot. And let's say what I need is the moment it starts to pan away from Mr. Paul's, which is right, zooming back, which is right there, right? At that point, let's pretend we're going to have a title come in, and let's say I'm going to cut the film. I need it to be right there. Well, I don't want to accidentally, let's say, hit my blade and sit here and be going, oh, where's that spot? You'll feel it when snapping is on. It's going to jump right to that spot. Watch, it's just going to jump in there. I'm going super slow. See how it just jumps right there? That's a good thing, because it's making sure it's exactly on the exact point that you want. And now when I hit click, it's actually going to cut that exact spot. That's the same thing. I'm going to put this back to select tool. That's the same thing as if when in a few seconds I'm going to teach you how to go ahead and bring in titles. When you do those titles, you want them to start on exact spots, and snapping allows you to set the playhead where you want it, and then you can drag it and it's going to jump onto that playhead. Well, what's allowing it? Over here on the right hand side, you see this button right here? That's the snapping tool. It's on right now. Watch what happens when I turn snapping off. I'm going to come up and it's not going to jump now. I can pass right by it. There's no jumping. It's super smooth. So there's no jumping. So what if I had a playhead, let's say I'm at the end of a clip right here, and I wanted to go to that point right there in my film, and I wanted to start a title, not at the break, but I wanted to start a title right there. I want to cut right there. Well, if I have snapping, watch this. I'm going to go put snapping back on. I'm going to go get my blade. I'm going to hit blade, and let's say I want to cut right there, right, just a little bit more. I can't though, because it keeps jumping into, and I don't want to cut the break. So what you do is you turn off snapping, and now look, I can go right up to, look, I can go right to the very edge, right to the very end, and there's no snapping anymore. It doesn't jump. You'll notice it when you start using your browser with the difference in snapping. So I just turned snapping off. Now I'm going to cut it, okay? And how do I know that? Watch this. I'm going to zoom in on that spot. So I'm going to go back to my selection tool. I'm going to take the clip thing. I'm going to zoom in really tight. See right there? Click. That's what I just cut off. And by turning off the snapping where I was so close, it allowed me to cut it like this. This is really useful, either using snapping or turning it off, depending upon what you need. This is a tremendous skill to be able to know that you can turn it on, turn it off. I'm now going to go ahead and fix this because I really didn't want to cut that off. So I'm going to come up here, go Edit, Undo Bladed Skimmer. There, it's now one piece again. And I'm going to take this and zoom back. And there's my zoom back. I'm good. Perfect. Let's go on to the next skill.